Hey guys, how's it going? So, if you are familiar with the MCU, obviously you know they're building up into Infinity War, and a part of that is Thanos getting, the Infinity Gauntlet, which requires him to have all the Infinity Stones. Now, on his quest to doing that, a lot of people have noticed that if you line up the names for the Infinity Stones so far that we've seen, it spells Thanos in an interesting way. So T is for Tesseract, um, H is we don't know yet. Then the A is for the Aether or Ether. N, we don't know yet. O is for Orb, and S is for Scepter. Now, people are saying N will be necklace, as in Doctor Strange's, Orb of Agamotto, which is kind of like a necklace right now. We don't know if they'll actually call it, the eye. I said orb, sorry. The eye of Agamotto or not. But if they just call it the necklace, that makes sense considering they called, I guess they're calling the one that Loki had the scepter, even though it wasn't the scepter. It was really the mind gem. But, moving on. So people are saying the necklace will be the N. And people are saying, oddly enough, Heimdall will be H. People are saying Heimdall will have the soul gem in the MCU, and that Doctor Strange will have the time gem. Now, this is really interesting because a lot of people, including myself, was thinking that Doctor Strange would have the soul gem, and that's how they would do abstract realities and things like that, kind of astral projection and that stuff. Even though I guess Kevin Feige has said in interviews basically that Doctor Strange has a time gem. And stuff like that, he heavily implied time being involved or time manipulation being involved, which is cool. And basically, I'm going to give you guys the argument for Heimdall having the soul gem, which is really interesting, actually. I didn't think much of it until someone pointed out to me, and I was thinking more about it, reading more about it, and I was like, this actually could work, and it'd be a really cool thing if they pulled it off. So if you look at Heimdall, especially in Thor the Dark World, you notice on his outfit, it has Vidrasil. And then at the top of it, it has an orange gem. And people are saying that orange gem is the soul gem. People are also referencing the fact that in Thor 1, he said something along the lines of, I can see all the souls in the universe, or I can see all the souls in the world. And I guess his choice of words was rather interesting. Also, his eyes shine the same color as the orange stone or orange gem he has in his chest, on his armor. And then it's worth noting that in Thor Ragnarok, when basically all hell's breaking loose, he has no eyes, or it's just like glowing white, as if he's missing his, orange pupils, his orange eyes. So people are saying that basically they're thinking in Ragnarok, Thanos comes, rips his eyes out, essentially. And I guess maybe his eyes make up the soul gem, or maybe his soul gem infuses it with power, things like that. We don't know. It's just really interesting. It's a theory, very new theory. I haven't seen anyone else, share this theory yet online. So it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Imagine if they did that. Like it would explain why Heimdall is so different, from the other Asgard. I'm not talking about the fact that he's black, but I'm talking about the fact that like he's the only one that seems to have like actual natural powers, if that makes sense. All the other Asgardians, their powers seem to come from technology, really. I'm not talking super strength, but like Thor's powers, his whole God of Thunder thing comes from, Mjolnir more than it comes from his natural strength. He can't manipulate the weather and whatnot on his own. He can't fly on his own. He's just really strong and stuff on his own. And Heimdall is the only one that seems actually naturally seem to have powers. And it's, we've already seen before the Infinity Stones, Infinity Gems, kind of symbiotically attaching themselves to people, like the Ether did that, and we already know the Asgardians know an extensive amount about the Infinity Stones. So this is pretty cool, honestly. I think I'd be totally down for this if they did it. It'd give Heimdall a larger part, which no doubtly they'd love to do because Idris Elba is a much bigger actor now than he may have been before when he started playing Heimdall. So comment below before, below I guess in the comments. Sorry, I kind of stumbled there. What's your guys' thoughts? Would you be down for this? I know it's a wild theory. And it kind of pseudo riffs off Adam Warlock in a way. But, it's the MCU. It's different. And I guess they may not want to do Adam Warlock. It's kind of is a lot to do. Last minute kind of force in there, I guess. But, yeah, comment below what you guys think. Do you think this theory is so wacky it's impossible? Or do you think after thinking about it, damn, this actually has maybe some potential? So like I said before, comment below, and I'll see you guys later.